All right.
Dr. Holliday.
Here.
Mr. Cruz.
Here.
Mr. Fink.
Here.
Mr. Farley.
Here.
Dr. Houghton.
Here.
Mr. Rich.
Here.
Mayor Bazell.
Here.
We have a forum.
We've got the invocation tonight with Councilmember King.
Well, Heavenly Father, we're blessed to be here. And as we gather for this meeting, unite our hearts and our minds in common purpose. Grant us the wisdom to work together effectively and the humility to value each person's perspective. Guide our discussions and decisions that they may benefit our community of residents, businesses, visitors, and even off-island owners, but all those that are stakeholders, and to strive to serve our shared goals of fairness, civility, and quality of life. Amen. Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Play ball. Play ball.
All right, we appreciate everybody being here tonight. I've had a lot of meetings in the last couple of weeks, and a couple people were asking, what's the best way to meet and set up times? Just email me. I'm always responsive, and I'll try to get back to you. I do think the most productive conversations are had across the table and not on Facebook and that type of thing. So if you have something going on, you want to talk about it, just don't hesitate, reach out. We'll try to make sure every voice is heard. So, all right. So this is a very special night. Michael, come on up. Billy's going to help us out. Michael, this is our gift to you for all your hard work and dedication to the city for the past few years on the Planning Commission and just all your service to Folly. We really appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Michael has been a productive citizen with us. I asked him how long was he on the planning board. He said he didn't know. He can't recall how far away, how long ago it was. We were going to get him a plaque, but I knew he loved plants, so we ended up getting him a plant with a little bronze little thank you on there for him, so he could grow his plants. Don't kill that one, okay? I know you won't. I know you won't. You got.
You know me and my plans.
I do know your plans, but thank you so much. Thank you for your love.
It was my pleasure.
Your love, your kindness, and your common sense. How about that?
Am I crazy?
Thank you, Michael.
Thank you.
I need to do one other piece of housekeeping. We do need to approve Aaron as the interim zoning position for the next, however long Jen's out.
So it's just a formal designation to allow me to do the duties of the zoning administrator for the short term.
You have a motion?
No, sir.
Yeah.
No, just the mayor's appointment.
Yeah, so he's appointed, so.
Congratulations.
Don't mess it up.
It comes with a stamp and everything.
All right. For the first staff report, I just wanted to update you guys. This consulting services is actually in reference to our beach lobbyist contract. We use the Southern Group. They've been our lobbyists for about 15 years now. We pay them from the Beach Preservation Fund. We originally hired them for very targeted beach-specific lobbying, but kind of over time, they've kind of mission creeped a little bit into general municipal-related lobbying. Because we've kind of been on auto contract, or autopilot with their contract, I asked them to give me an updated contract. I'm waiting on that to come back in. But just because we haven't been out to bid in over a decade, we plan to bid that out, and hopefully get some bids back before the budget. We're gonna put a placeholder in there, just in case we're not done yet. But we are gonna bid out our lobbyist services. I look back in the record, the last time we did it, we only had 2 respondents, so I don't know that we'll necessarily get a lot of options, but just for general best practices, we're gonna put that contract out again for proposals. And the next item, I know we kind of got into this in the work session, but for everyone who missed the work session, we had a question from one of our beach chair vendors, whether or not wedding chairs could be delivered by ATV along the beach. The ordinance allows beach chairs to be delivered that way, but not wedding chairs. And council just referred back to their previous discussions to draw a clear line between the delivery of wedding chairs and beach chairs. And so no wedding chairs to be transported on the beach by ATV.
And we can do the special event, committee review.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah. I think some of these that we looked over were automatic events, but due to the request of city resources, that was the reason they were brought here. Let's see here.
Page 5.
All right, so the Long Forest Run Walk, we unanimously approved the event, excuse me. Let's see, I don't think there's any consideration there. The Wahini Classic, we also unanimously approved what they're asking to waive the parking fees in the washout area for the duration of the event, and then also to allow vendors to operate on the beach. Those are things that y'all have to approve that is outside the scope of the Special Events Committee. And then Surfers Healing is requesting approval of the event on the beach again. That is something, even though it's pre-approved, and I don't see any issue why not, but you guys have to get that sole use of the beach for that event. And then the last one is the National Day of Prayer. And they're requesting exclusive use of the Folly River Park and then use of the gas grill at the Folly Park. So those are all things that need your approval, so that's why they're from you guys.
Did you do the Save the Light?
Save the Light half
Did I
marathon.
miss it?
Just for the record.
Oh, yeah, Save the Light again, I think it's because of the, shutting down of, roads for the start and things like that, use of officers for blocking traffic, but again, we approve the event at the committee level.
The only question and clarification I have is, and we always discuss the gas grill, that's just gonna be supervised as in the past.
Yeah, I mean, the gas grill is better than a charcoal grill, quite honest, that's the biggest difference. So, we were fine with that on the public safety
Okay.
side of things.
Perfect.
Any questions? All right, thank you. Do we have a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved.
I have one, or 2 amendments. The personal appearance for the medical exemption is being waived. She's not going to be able to do that. And then,
Okay.
and the 3rd Street West storage unit request by Shane has been waived as well, so we'll start it.
If there are no objections, can we just call the roll on those 2 amendments? Mr. Rich?
Yes.
Dr. Houghton?
Yes.
Mr. Farley?
Yes.
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mr. Broom?
Yes.
Dr. Holliday?
Yes.
Mayor Gazelle?
Yeah. All right, motion to approve the minutes.
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Farley?
Yes.
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mr. Broom?
Yes.
Dr. Holliday?
Yes.
Dr. Houghton?
Yes.
Mr. Rich? Yes. Mayor Gazelle?
Yes. Great. Going to personal appearances, we have a non-franchise request by Salt Marsh Surf Company, Phil.
Can I give you guys
Yeah.
a little flyer to show what we do? Thank you.
Thank you, Phil.
Just state your name and address.
Good evening. Thank you for your time. My name is Philip Antman. I live on James Island, 1338 Ronald Lane. I've operated a licensed insured surf school in the Isle of Palms for the past 6 years. I'm CPR and lifeguard certified, and my focus has always been on safety, professionalism, and responsible beach use. I understand there are already surf schools operating on Folly Beach, and I want to be clear, I'm not here to become a large-scale operator or disrupt what's already working. What I'm proposing is a small, limited presence focused on private lessons, small group instruction, and occasional rentals, running in a way that prioritizes safety, spacing, and respect for other beach users. Over the past years, I've had the pleasure of working in the surf community, volunteering at Surfers Healing, working at Charleston Sub Safaris, even taking some of the members here today on the water in the past, and that's affected how I approach teaching with patience, safety, and a deep respect for the community. I believe I can add value to the Folly Beach community by promoting safe surfing practices, teaching others how to surf safely around other surfers in the water, helping reduce risk through proper instruction, and operating in a way that is low impact and highly professional. I'm also very open to reasonable conditions or limitations, whether it's caps on group size, designated areas, or seasonal adjustments to ensure that I'm complementing, not competing with the existing environment. My goal is simply to contribute positively to Folly Beach while maintaining the character and safety that make it special. Thank you for your consideration.
We have a motion to approve his request, so be it.
Second.
I have a motion to postpone until next month. We have an ordinance on the table tonight that deals directly with these non-franchise beach businesses, and I'd like him to come in after we get that approved so we know where he can rank in.
Do I have a second on that?
I'll second that.
Makes sense. Any discussion on the amendment?
So this will be a motion to postpone. Dr. Houghton,
No.
Farley,
Yes.
Fink,
Yes.
Moon,
Yes.
Holiday,
No.
Dr. Houghton.
I did know.
Oh, I'm sorry. I
That's okay. Double no.
I'll be the fourth
Yeah,
yes.
I got Mr. Lynch.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
all right, so let's postpone.
So we're gonna postpone 1 month just so we can get everything cleared up with some other language. If you can come back then, that'd be great.
Okay, do you want me to present again in a month, or?
I think you can just put you on there and we'll figure it out. You'll have to still appear if you would, yeah.
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks, everybody, for your time.
Alright. The Folly Beach Wahine Classic, Dr. Upton.
Hello again, Nicole Elko, Director of the Folly Beach Wahine Classic in my free time, 403 East Huron. So as you have just heard, we are excited to host our event on the same weekend we do every year, the last weekend in July. And the two requests before you tonight are, we do this parking pass thing every year, and it gets to be pretty confusing and difficult. So the request this year is to ask you to consider just waiving parking fees at the washout where the contest is held for Saturday and Sunday of the event. That's request number one, and request number two is what we've done for the last couple of years, which is requesting to have vendors on the beach, so outside of the Center Street Business District. If you remember, we go through a pretty rigorous process right now of collecting applicants to who the vendors will be on the beach, limiting the number of them, putting them in touch with the city to make sure they have their Folly Beach business license.
Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
How did we do it before? Did we give you like placards to put in
Yeah,
the?
you gave us, we purchased passes for half price, so we gave you $10 per pass for the entire weekend. We've stopped requesting ATAX funding, so, that was to the tune of like $15,000, so in exchange, we're hoping you can just waive the parking fees.
But would you still have something to identify your participants?
We won't, yeah.
So it'll be just a free-for-all.
Yeah, that was the recommendation of public safety, so I thought it was a good idea. It seems like the least complicated option.
You want to speak to that, Andrew?
So you're just gonna open it up for parking for anybody's free parking that weekend?
Yeah, so given their past, it's a lot more difficult with the passes. They get there early enough that a lot of that stuff's gonna be locked down anyway, and it just saves logistics on her end and ours.
Okay.
So that was the thought process. They're out there early.
That's what you want, that's what you want. Okay.
Vendors on the beach, what kind of vendors, how many?
No food, about to say that, so it's all,
Thank you.
kind of beach merch, and I think we limit it to less than 10.
How
So
many,
it's-
how many have we done in the past? Cause 10 sounds like a lot.
I don't think we put a number on it in the past.
How many have you had in the past? Cause 10 sounds like a lot.
We've had 10 or less. But we're happy to limit it further if you like.
I'm fine with 10. I mean,
A lot of times, and we also, we track their revenue, it's all very detailed of what's happening out there, and it's not like, no one's really making a killing. I think the one swimsuit company has the biggest sales, and everyone else is.
And that's even more of a reason, in my mind, to cut the vendors and not have all the commercialization on the beach itself.
Sure.
I mean, honestly, if they're not making that much, then why have so much on the beach? If it were in parking spaces or on the walkovers, that's different than the actual sand, in my mind. But it seems like I'm the only person on that train, so I'm not gonna harp on it.
They all have business, they all have probably business
They do.
license, right?
Yes.
And you've been good partners for a long time, so.
Are you selling beverages at all, or
No
just
food or
food?
beverage.
No food or beverage?
it's just relevant to
Yeah.
surfing,
Yeah,
all the
everything,
vendors.
the food and beverage that's out there is all, just given to competitors, no cost.
I'll bring hot dogs for the judges.
Do we just worried about
Do we know what a financial impact it is opening up all of the washout parking for the weekend in late July?
So we asked the contractor for the average income from all of the washout spaces together in the month of July. And on a day-by-day basis, it's $1,244. So 2 days would be $2,488 of average July income for all spaces together at the washout.
All right, any other discussion?
Dr. Holliday?
Yes.
Mr. Rick?
Yeah.
Dr. Hope?
Yes.
Mr. Grooms?
Yes.
Mr. Farley? Yes. Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mayor Gazelle?
Yes.
Passes.
Thank you, and I hope to see you at the Beaches 101 class in the morning.
All right, Surfers Healing?
Motion to approve. Seriously. Call the roll.
Thanks for having me. I'm Nancy Hussey, the Director of Surfers Healing from Folly Beach. This is Surfers Healing, the big organization. It's our 30th anniversary this year, so I'm requesting permission to have our Folly Camp on Wednesday, August 19th, next to the pier. And we won't have vendors, because that's a can of worms I cannot even imagine. Everything is donated or at a discount, everything's free for the families. We have several hundred families and a wait list come out. Welcome party, hopefully at the county park, the day before. A banquet afterwards is free, and after party at Watkins. And let's see what else. It's just,
Motion, second.
Yeah.
Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
I wasn't joking when I do things like that.
Well, thank you for coming tonight.
thanks everyone for
Thank you.
Hold on
for
just a second.
Folly Beach.
Mr.
And now
Fink?
my daughter would like to say a few words.
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mr. Rick?
Yes.
Dr. Holliday?
Yes.
Dr. Hope?
Yes.
Mr. Farley?
Yes.
Mr. Grooms?
Yes.
Mayor Gazelle?
Yes.
Passes.
Okay, National Day of Prayer, Clark Carter.
Thank you, council, for hearing us. I am not Clark Carter. I'm Billy Smith. I'm the associate pastor at the Baptist Church. Once again, we're looking for permission to host National Day of Prayer in Folly River Park. We've done this every year for quite a number of years. My first request is, can we make this an annual event so that we don't have to keep coming back and doing this every year?
We'll have to look at that.
Look at that. Do you have any questions for me on what the National Day of Prayer is about?
Motion
To approve.
Thank you. Yes. That's what I-
Any discussion? All right.
Can we
Well, it is a national event,
week
though.
or maybe even a month of prayer?
We need national minutes of prayer.
Yeah,
All right.
thank you.
Let's vote.
Approved, I'm done.
Mr. Grooms?
Thank you.
Yes.
Mr. Farley?
Yes.
Dr. Holliday?
Yes.
Mr. Rich?
Yes.
Dr. Houghton?
Yes.
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mayor Mizzell?
Yes.
Passes.
Who would vote against that one and get you in trouble?
Citizens' comments, again, we'll ask that all comments be germane to the agenda tonight, so, first up, first served.
Will Sneed with Betty's Beach Sheriff. I like the idea that you came up with the Second Street walkover hut. If we were able to get it, the only thing that I would like to have is someone able to man the hut just to meet customers and to have a location for them to come to. And so we can do some walk-ups out of the hut. And then I think it's vital to our business, makes us more money, which makes the city more money. So that's my only thoughts on it. Other than that, I like the ideas that you've come up with. Thank you.
Good evening. Hey, I'm Tim Kennedy. I own the property on Folly Beach and 2 at the end of Tabby Drive. So I'm very affected by the flooding on the west end of Tabby Drive. I appreciate y'all's interest and help with trying to get that passed, and just want to give you my full support for that pump. We're the last 2 lots right before Mary Ann's at the very end, 1197 and 1199. So very affected. So thank you for your efforts there.
Hi, I'm Suzanne Michelle. I live at 1201 Tabby Drive with my husband Andy D'Alessandro. And although we would prefer the continuation of the berm at 13th Street to prevent the water from coming onto Tabby Drive, we understand at this time that is not a solution. So I do support the pump at 1205 Tabby, as long as it is also aesthetically pleasing. Thank you.
I'll piggyback on that. Simone Jansen, I live at 1205 Tabby Drive, and that is where all the water collects, and obviously we're super appreciative that the city is taking some sort of action, and we're working towards a solution here. Aaron Pope had sent me some renderings about like what this could possibly look like, and the thing is pretty ugly, let's be clear on that. So if we could come up with a solution like Suzanne said, that is hiding that thing somewhat and also cleaning up what the city has put, the other pump solutions, there's that temporary power pole and other things, that it's just getting really messy right there. And that is, well, the location we're talking about is not quite the end of our driveway. It's a few, well, like maybe 20 feet over, right where the old ditch was. That's, I guess, where the pump would go. Does it really have to be 9 feet up in the air? We've been asking for more clarification about how big does this thing really have to be? How high does it really have to be? And then can we have some sort of enclosure that we don't have to look at it? That's what I'd say. Thank you for your time.
Hello, I'm Amanda Griffith. I live at 1203 East Arctic Avenue, and I would like to address the on-site septic system management. I am an owner occupant, and I only rent my house for 72 days out of the year. I have 1 bathroom. It is never full. $650 that we get charged every year is a little onerous for such a short period of time. It really cuts into my, adds greatly to my overhead. And I'd like you to consider that owner-occupied properties may even could perhaps be inspected every other year.
Hi, I'm Rich Quinn. I'm with Warrior Surf Foundation. I'm an alumni, 5-year alumni this year. So we're 11 years in operation. I live over on James Island, so spend most of my time here on Folly. You've probably all seen me around. I just want to get up and speak just real quick on the current issues with the parking lot. And I appreciate the common sense approach to things. It's rare nowadays. But parking is huge for us. You know, bringing veterans out. We provide a life-saving skill, right? It's the surf therapy is more important than you can imagine. We put about 100 veterans a year in the water. We've had over 1,000 come through the program. And more than half of those folks that I've spoken with personally have told me that they've had some thoughts of suicide. And at the end of that program, and the days and months and years afterwards that we talk to them, they continue to have improvement in their life. Their quality of life is better because they got in the water on Folly Beach. Folly Beach becomes special for them, and they keep coming back here to partake in the businesses, enjoy the beach, live here. We've got a lot of friends that have moved here. So I just want to make sure that you all have that present of mind with a statistic of 22 a day suicides, which is undercounted by a long slide. When you're making policy decisions in areas where nonprofits are working, not just us, but Waves for Women and a lot of the other nonprofits that are conducting surf therapy, that you keep in mind before you take a bill what the second and third order effects are on those people receiving those services, those veterans, the families of those veterans. Thank you.
Thank you. Anyone else?
Hey everybody, Wendy Ezel, 313 West Hudson Avenue. I just wanted to speak for a moment on the storage issue that has just been talked about tonight. While I agree that we would all love no contention, I would say that it's really important for a beach share franchise to have some sort of storage near the beach. When we originally got the approval, it was understood that the city would provide some storage area for chairs and umbrellas. We move about 8,000 pounds just in chairs every day, plus umbrellas. If we don't have storage near the beach, then we have to truck it in somehow. That adds to the traffic, that adds to a lot of, and our vehicles are slow, right? So it's gonna stop things up. But what was suggested tonight, instead of a bidding process, was to just award it to the closest franchise, which seems appropriate, if the same idea was awarded to the other side, which there isn't one yet. So if that is considered, I would just ask the council to heavily consider providing or at least allowing us to build one on the west side so that we can have the same rights as the east side. Happy to pay for it, happy to pay a rent, but we really do, it's gonna affect our business greatly if we don't have storage. And we can't rely on private property that we haven't negotiated yet to work, and we're talking 20 days from now. Thanks.
Anyone else? All right. Commission committee report.
So just wanted to update council and the audience on the results of the planning commission meeting Monday. One of these is back before you for your review tonight, and the other is final approval from the planning commission. The final approval was for a subdivision variance between lot 7 and 9 Center Street. That's the Sand Dollar and the lot next door, the empty lot on the corner. Shortest possible version is currently the property line runs from Center Street to the alley. These guys requested to turn it to kind of a horizontal property line running from West Ashley over across the 7 and 9. Ended up with 2 lots, the exact same size as they are now, same 2 lots, just different orientation. So a technicality that sent it to the subdivision, and the subdivision, to the planning commission, and the planning commission approved it. And then the planning commission also held the required public hearing for ordinance 003-26, which is the outdoor retailer ordinance. In the last year or so, we had The owners and operators of Treasure Island asked for an outdoor retailer. That's not allowed, so they came back and they got approval from council to run a kind of a trial run of having an outdoor retailer there in the parking lot. That trial run went off without a hitch. As far as I know, we've received no complaints about that. And so they've come back and approached the city to change the zoning to allow outdoor retailers in the corridor commercial district. During discussion, the big thing the planning commission focused on was the square footage requirement that governs outdoor retailers was written for Center Street. So one outdoor retailer for every 2,625 square feet of lot area. On Center Street, that works out to about the most you can get us on 4. On the 10-acre Harris Teeter property, it would be 50-ish. So they requested that, they did recommend that the ordinance be approved, but they asked the council add language to restrict the corridor commercial lot area requirements to 1 per acre. Treasure Island has about 2 acres.
Of high ground.
Of high ground, yeah. Treasure Island has about 2 acres. The Harris Teeter has 9+ acres. So they could, in theory, have 9 outdoor retailers. One thing that the planning commission noted about that was that the requirements that the outdoor retailers can't interfere with the operation of the business. So that could solve the problem at the Harris Teeter, just for your consideration. So they do ask that you guys approve that ordinance, but that amendment language is included in page 23. If anyone's interested in proposing that.
Old business, ordinance 003-26 to amend chapter 164-03-03G of the Folly Beach Code of Ordinances to allow outdoor retailers to operate in the corridor commercial zoning district. This is the first reading. Any motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
My only clarification is, should that be under new business since it's a first reading?
It was previously remanded to the planning commission.
So it
It's
stays
technically
old business.
And thank you for asking that, because Mayor, the planning commission also requested that we use the pending ordinance doctrine, since this is a zoning ordinance, that we officially declare it pending, so these guys can get going now.
Okay.
This is where you ask for an amendment to include the restrictions of the planning commission. So I would make a motion to include the restrictions of the planning commission, but I'd also, their concerns were 1 per acre, but I would say 1 per acre of high ground with a maximum of 5, so that 9 in Harris Teeter couldn't happen. The most would be 5. There's no need to allow anything more than 5, so. My amendment would be to include the restriction of 1 per high ground with a maximum of 5. Second.
Yeah, how'd you get to 5? Because like here in town, it's only 4 bags, so why 5 out there, why not stop at 4?
Well, because we're talking about just a commercial district there, so if 9 could be at Harris Teeter, I think 9 is too many.
Right.
But 5 would probably be accommodatable, but it would keep us from having excess just by nipping it in the bud instead of having to deal with it later.
So you just arbitrarily picked 5 because it was
What could be
a lot
4?
less. So I was 4 matches everything else. That's why I'm saying 4, at least the number of matches.
I would say 4.
Friendly
Okay,
change.
that's 4. Let's go 4.
Switch to 4, yeah.
Okay.
Thanks.
I'll say you're 4.
Do we have
I'll second the 4.
a motion to approve the amendment on this?
So moved.
Second.
All right, and any discussion on the amendment? We just had a bunch of discussion that,
Can you
everybody's
just
good.
repeat what it is?
So it would now read, a lot in the, okay, so this is where outdoor retailers are allowed. A lot in the downtown commercial, island commercial, or Center Street overlay districts may have 1 outdoor retailer at a time per 2,625 square feet of lot area. Lots located in the corridor commercial district may have 1 outdoor retailer per acre of lot area of high ground, the maximum of 4 at one time.
All right,
Mr. Grooms?
Yes.
Dr. Holliday?
yes.
Mr. Rich?
Yes.
Dr. Houghton?
Yes.
Mr. Farley?
Yes.
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mayor Pizzelle?
Yes,
The amendment passes.
so Any more discussion on the original amended ordinance?
Dr. Hope,
Yes.
Mr. Fink,
Yes.
Mr. Farley,
Yes.
Mr. Groom,
Yes.
Dr. Holliday,
Yes.
Mr. Rich,
Yes.
Mayor Gazelle.
Yeah.
Passes first and is pending.
Ordinance 005-26, amending chapter 52 of the Folly Beach Code of Ordinances by removing the fixed rate structure in section 52.079 and allowing future rate changes for sewer tap and impact fees to be adopted by periodic resolution of council. This is the second reading. Do we have a motion to approve?
Yes. Second.
Any discussion on this?
Mr. Fink,
Yes.
Dr. Hope,
Yes.
Dr. Holliday,
Yes.
Mr. Groom,
Yes.
Mr. Farley,
Yes.
Mr. Rich,
Yes.
Mayor Gazelle.
Yes.
Passes second.
All right. Ordinance 006-26, amending chapter 51 of the Folly Beach Code of Ordinances by removing the fixed rate structure in section 51.005 and allowing future rate changes for water tap and impact fees to be adopted by periodic resolution of council. Second reading. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Rich,
Yes.
Dr. Hope,
Yes.
Mr. Farley,
Yes.
Mr. Fink,
Yes.
Mr. Groom,
Yes.
Dr. Holliday,
Yes.
Mayor Gazelle.
Yes.
Passes second.
All right, ordinance 007-26, amending the Folly Beach Code of Ordinances, chapter 55, on-site septic system management to remove the automatic pump out requirements for annual STR inspections and require pump out only if recommended upon a completion of a visual inspection of the septic system. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Motion to postpone until next month?
Second on that?
I thought we
Second.
were gonna make changes.
No.
Too much.
I think we have.
Okay.
Now and next month.
Yeah.
Second.
All right, any other discussion on the motion?
The reason for the postponement is because we wanted to alter something that wasn't on the agenda advertised for tonight, so we have to bring the whole thing back.
Perfect.
Just to public notice.
Which is reflected in the work session.
Yes.
Which is,
Yeah.
Motion to postpone.
Totally like, Dr. Holliday,
Yes.
Mr. Groom,
Yes.
Mr. Fink,
Yes.
Mr. Farley,
Yes.
Dr. Houghton,
yes.
Mr. Rich,
Yeah, man.
Mayor Gazelle.
Yes.
Postponed.
All right. Ordinance 008-26, amending the Folly Beach Code of Ordinances, section 131.21, prohibited behavior to specify that certain activities performed on the bridges within a city are classified as disorderly conduct. This is first reading. This is in reference to bridge jumping, basically. So, do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Any second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah. What's the punishment for this? And is there any disparity between, because we're talking about bridge jumping, but there's, 5 other things that were listed in here. So what's the,
Just follows the standard, I mean, it's discretion unless you guys said it.
so it's up to your discretion. I'm just making sure that somebody that locks their bike to a bridge doesn't get the same penalty as somebody that's chucking rocks at boats.
So every single one of your ordinances that you guys pass is a general penalty unless you specify otherwise, period. Doesn't matter if it's chaining a bike to a street sign or whatever else. I mean, that's just the way it is. So if you want it to be something else, you just gotta set it at what you guys want.
Okay.
So, Chief, that's why it's included with all the other list, from everything from riots to physical altercations. It's part of the list.
Yeah, the way that disorderly conduct ordinances was written, it just has a list of things that are prohibited, it falls under the same, it's just the way they choose to write it instead of having a bunch of different ones. I can't speak to that, but that's what that is.
Thank you.
This is the ordinance we've used to issue tickets for the same charges before,
Yeah,
correct?
but it's different when you write on a ticket disorderly conduct versus writing a subsection of bridge jumping. It just carries a different connotation on a criminal history, and so that's kind of the thought process.
So the consequence is more significant.
No, the-
Perception. Well,
No, the
that's why.
discipline or the accountability is the exact same, but so some states, like South Carolina is unique, similar to Georgia, in that even city ordinances are a crime, which is strange, because most of the country is not like that. They have a lot of civil things versus criminal things. So when someone gets a ticket here that's on something that is a criminal act, if someone does a criminal history check like in another state, all they're
Right.
gonna see is disorderly conduct, which might be more serious in that state. So what I'm trying to do is discern a different activity, so it doesn't carry the same context throughout their,
Their life.
yeah.
So is it, North Carolina has infraction and misdemeanor? South
Exactly.
Carolina doesn't have an infraction, they're all
It
just
does not.
misdemeanors?
So, like you, in North Carolina, Indiana, where I came from, was the exact same way. You had infractions, which were civil penalties, misdemeanors, felonies, et cetera. South Carolina is not like that.
I had, at the last meeting, I'd mentioned to the chief about, people that park on the vegetation that we have by the walking paths. Currently, the charge is disorderly conduct by destroying public property. And that also has a pretty strong connotation if you ended up with it. And I talked to the chief, and he thinks it might be better not to amend this particular statute, but to add it into the parking statute as a separate offense, parking on vegetation in a non-approved part or something like that. So I can't add it tonight, because it wouldn't be amending this, but would be adding it. But
We can definitely
if,
do that.
if there's some consensus about, with everybody, maybe it's something to be added to the next agenda without having to go through all the
Yeah.
hurdles. Is that, did I speak correctly, or did I?
I agree. I mean, unless it was something that was kind of like to our conversation, if it was willful and wanton, where someone's out here destroying something to be a menace, well, then yeah, they deserve disorderly conduct. But if you park on some plain of grasses and you kill them all, but it wasn't something intentional, I think a parking violation would be more appropriate.
Just for being stupid.
Well, yeah.
We can definitely look at that. All right. Any other discussion on?
Dr. Hook,
Yes.
Dr. Holliday,
Yes.
Mr. Green,
Yes.
Mr. Farley.
Yes.
Mr. Finch.
Yes.
Mr. Rick.
No.
Mayor Pizzelle.
Yes.
Passes first.
All right, ordinance 009-26, amending the Folly Beach Code of Ordinance, Chapter 95, to set a limit on the length of physical restraints, to require the removal of pet waste, and organize the chapter for clarity. First reading. Do we have a motion to approve?
So move.
Do we have a second?
Beautiful.
All right, ordinance 010-26, amending.
That was both for the leash length and for the
Pet waste.
no penalty for not picking up.
Should have been separated.
So,
Just failed for lack of second.
yeah.
Correct.
All right, ordinance 010-26, amending the Folly Beach Code of Ordinances, Chapter 118, commercial activity on public property, to allow weighted loungers overnight in Section 1, to allow council to set limits for the number of students in a surf lesson, and to establish a requirement that franchisees make a good faith effort to offer the services for which a contract has been awarded. First reading. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
I'd like to make an amendment, we talked about the work session, everybody has a copy, replacing ordinance 1026, section 118.03, letter C, number 1, subsection D, with the number of students may be increased by a resolution of council based on location, instructor ratios, or other factors deemed relevant. In no case shall the number of students approved by council exceed 20. Annual fees for lessons will be subject to the fee structure below. 0 to 5 students, $500 base fee plus 2% gross receipts. 6 to 10, $1,000 base fee plus 3% gross receipts. 11 to 15, $1,500 base fee plus 4% gross receipts. And 16 to 20 students, $2,000 base fee plus 5% gross receipts. I went through that quick because we already talked about it a lot.
Do we have a motion to approve the amendment?
So moved.
Give me a second.
Any discussion on the amendment?
I
think 16 and 20 is too many. But I think we talked about that, so.
Just to point out, this puts a little more process in with the non-franchise beach camps as to how many students they can have, which we can set by a relation with the vendor, but also establishes a fee structure that's solid and doesn't waver.
Any other discussion?
On the amendment, Mr. Grooms,
Yes.
Mr. Farley,
No.
Mr. Fink,
Yes.
Dr. Houghton,
Yes.
Mr. Rich,
Yes.
Dr. Holliday,
Yes.
Mayor Brazil.
Yeah.
Amendment passes.
All right, back to the original ordinance as amended. Any other discussion?
Mr. Rich,
Yes.
Mr. Farley,
No.
Mr. Grooms,
Yes.
Dr. Holliday,
Yes.
Mr. Fink,
Yes.
Dr. Houghton,
Yes.
Mayor Brazil.
Yeah.
Passes first, as amended.
Ordinance 011-26, amending the Folly Beach Code of Ordinances, Chapter 72, parking regulations by allowing the sale of non-residential parking passes for use by properly registered nonprofit entities in beach access parking lots managed by the city. First reading. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Fink,
Yes.
Mr. Farley,
Yes.
Dr. Houghton,
Yes.
Dr. Holliday,
Yes.
Mr. Rich,
Yes.
Mr. Grooms,
Yes.
Mayor Brazil.
Yes.
Passes first.
Resolution 1126 by the Folly Beach City Council approving an amendment to the Second West and West Arctic Shoulder Improvement HMGP 4492 design and engineering contract for additional design and engineering services and Davis and Floyd Engineering in the amount of $16,000 due to additional Phase 1 closeout deliverable requirements for FEMA and SCEND. Motion to approve.
So moved. Second.
Any discussion?
You state this is why this work is important.
Well,
Because we got a federal grant for $500,000, we have to spend some extra money to get in line.
any other discussion?
That's actually for the Indian path.
For the Indian Path.
That's coming next.
The big one coming up, I wanna make sure everybody knows we're just not throwing money on a project, we had to, because we
This is
received
kind of
free
the
money.
same situation here. They're going for an amendment, $300,000 on this.
Right. Just wanted to make sure everybody knew we're not just willy-nilly throwing more money at a project.
Loggerhead, right?
Yes.
We are being responsible.
All right, Mr. Rich, Dr. Houghton,
Yes.
Mr. Farley,
Yes.
Mr. Fink,
Yes.
Mr. Grooms,
Yes.
Dr. Holliday,
Yes.
Mayor Brazil.
Yes.
Passes.
Resolution 1226 by the Folly Beach City Council adopting increased water and sewer tap and impact fees for city customers as recommended by the completed 5-year study. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
On the city manages whole cost plus 10%, or city inspects only, is it, do you want us to decide which one that is, or is that gonna be?
No, that's a contingency scenario, so the city's presented with both of those scenarios, we have to be able to react to either one.
Okay, thanks.
Any other discussion?
Dr. Houghton,
Yes.
Mr. Rich,
Yes.
Mr. Grooms,
Yes.
Dr. Holliday,
Yes.
Mr. Fink,
Yes.
Mr. Farley,
Yes.
Mayor Brazil.
Yes.
Passes.
Resolution 1326 by the Folly Beach City Council authorizing the purchase of ADA compliant beach mats from the ADA compliance reserve account. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion? It's Third West?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, this will be at Third West.
Mr. Farley,
Yes.
Dr. Holliday.
Yes.
Mr. Fink,
Yes.
Dr. Houghton,
Yes.
Mr. Rich,
Yes.
Mr. Grooms,
Yes.
Mayor Brazil.
Yes.
Passes.
All right, resolution 1426 by the Folly Beach City Council, lowering the number of free business license stickers from 2 per business to 1 per business. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved. Second.
Any discussion?
I have a question. How many businesses, I guess, do get that second sticker, and how many purchase more? Like, are we, like, do most of them only get one, and that's one of the reasons we're going back to this? Or do most businesses, because you put them on your cars, so it's not for brick and mortar places, it's for like contractors and things like that. Which is why I'm wondering what the average
He's got-
sticker per business is.
I have it, one second.
And this was driven by a request from our business licensing department, so.
Of course.
Sorry, I had it. Last year, in total, 2,167 decals were issued, 1,156 free stickers were issued, and 1,011 were sold. You know, I realize now that doesn't, sorry, I apologize. She doesn't tell me out of those 1,156 how many got 2 and how many got 1. But I can tell you that the math here works out so that we net approximately $200 on the total cost of the stickers. So right now, we're in the hole for the stickers, charging for the 1, instead of giving 2 free, will net us $200.
Okay, so
So then they would have $200.
the one thing about this is, my first thing was, why are we doing this? And you just explained it. The second thing is, to be brutally honest, I don't think we should do this. I don't think, I think people that have a business here contribute enough. I think they deserve 2 stickers. And I certainly, honestly, don't feel comfortable charging them $2.50. And then a few years later, $2.75.
Any other discussion?
I think we ought to make it $3, so staff doesn't have to come up with quarters.
Yeah, it was refreshing to hear somebody talk about giving business a break for a minute.
Any other discussion?
What is, if we just did away with parking stickers, what does that create?
They're not parking
They're not
stickers.
parking.
These are business license stickers.
Yeah.
Business license.
For,
Yeah.
so that you can, so if someone had 2 trucks, part of their business.
So if Eric rolls up with someone on Saturday, he doesn't know if they're a legal contractor or not if they don't have a sticker.
So I think $3. I'd offer an amendment to make it $3 instead of $2.75.
We have a motion to approve the amendment.
So, yeah, that's a second. So now we have the amendment,
Any discussion on the amendment?
and for clarity, the resolution goes from 2 free stickers to 1 free sticker and the rest of $2.75. Do you want 2 free stickers and the rest of 3, or 1 free sticker? and the
Just what this says, except instead of $2.75, $3. Just a change of 25 cents to make it easier for the people at the front desk.
All right, any other discussion on the amendment?
Mr. Rich?
No.
Dr. Houghton?
No.
Mr. Farley?
Yes.
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mr. Grooms?
Yes.
Dr. Holliday?
No.
Mayor Gazelle?
Yes.
So the amendment passes.
So, any more discussion on the amended resolution?
Dr. Holliday?
No.
Mr. Grooms?
Yes.
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mr. Farley?
Yes.
Dr. Houghton?
No.
Mr. Rich?
No.
Mayor Gazelle?
Yeah.
Passes.
All right. Resolution by the Folly Beach City Council authorizing city staff to purchase an AED public access defibrillator with freestanding tower and signage in the amount of $5,556.48 with tax, plus $2,500 for pads, plus $3,000 for commercial electrical installation, for a total cost estimate of $11,056.48. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion? Bill, you want to talk about your experience?
Yeah, Good Friday, this past weekend, I guess it was, or so, we had a individual that had a heart attack on court 4 in the pickleball courts at 9:05. And ironically, and lucky for him and for everybody, he was playing against a visiting cardiologist from Cincinnati, who stabilized him, got him set up, and I ended up dialing dispatch, and fire department was very responsive, and police, they came in, and right when they showed up, his heart rate went flatlined. He was out. And they proceeded to do CPR, got him back going, hit him with the AED that the firefighters had, and brought him back to a good regular heartbeat. He's doing great. They replaced a mechanism, I believe, in his heart. And they say, the doctor said he could come play, but his family said no. But great job by our public safety. And this thing, I've been on the campaign for an AED at this courts, because we get a lot of seniors that come and play. I don't know if you've ever come down and played with us, and we do get winded at times, mostly doing G-rated trash talk to each other. But I think that an AED is needed there to do it right. We have to have it protected and encased in weatherproof things. And then I would encourage everybody. I took the CPR class about 8-9 months ago. And as the process was happening, I was going through my mind, check the pulse rate, shaking. So I was going through the process as it was going, but the cardiologist took care of pretty much everything. I did the phone call, but it was an enlightening experience to watch this happen in front of you. And I thank the mayor and myself for recommending. And on the amendment, my last name is Grooms, not Broom, so we could change that one.
We'll get that on the plaque.
There we go.
All right, any other discussion?
Get it right, the cemetery, something else.
All right,
Mr. Brooms?
Yes.
Dr. Holliday?
Yes.
Mr. Rich?
Yes.
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Dr. Hook?
Yes.
Mr. Farley?
Yes.
Mayor Gazelle?
yes.
Passes.
All right. Resolution 1626, Folly Beach City Council authorizes city staff to purchase a stormwater pump and stand with remote monitoring hardware to be placed near Tabby Drive in the amount not to exceed $95,000 from the capital acquisitions and improvements reserve. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, okay. Why, and I just noticed, this, the resolution is for an amount not to exceed $95,000. We're looking at the estimate, we're only looking at $80,000. So why the extra 15?
We got Stan.
We have to pay for engineering to build the stand and build the stand. To put it on. And we have to chemicalize it.
Now you realize what we put other people through?
Make it look good.
We have to do stuff for a basic stand, 15 grand.
Well, it's gotta be pretty too.
And Eric, would you use this opportunity to clarify why it has to be 9 feet above grade?
So Folly, we have a height requirement for any mechanical equipment to be at design flood elevation and higher, and at that location, the roadside is about 4.5 feet MSL, which is mean sea level. To get to our DFE in that flood zone, we've got to be, we've got to hit 15 feet MSL, which if you back out the road, height elevation, you end up just right around 9 feet.
Do you have any concerns about the aesthetics of this?
I mean, we'll do whatever we can to make it look good, is what we heard tonight.
It can be painted, there's a case around it, so there's some things we can do to make it look a little less industrial.
We can plant bamboo, we can plant some other
Yeah,
plants.
but the plants have to be salt, water tolerant.
Okay, so what we're saying is the feedback from the residents will be considered.
Oh, yes.
Okay.
Okay, that's good.
My questions are only about the funding, so I understand the math. Okay, so we have 312 in that line that we've discussed. So we're taking it out of that line. So does that mean later on, let's say next budget, Lee, that's right? I find funding questions, so you're up. Okay, so we have 312 in the line that we're accessing. We're taking 95 out of it, and then there's gonna be later on, just a small change, 1,500 annually. But that 95 that we take out of the 312, are we going to have to put that back in at some point? Will that be in next year's budget?
So you do not have to replenish it. It is available to do so, but that money is sitting there for those purposes. Whether or not we choose to replenish it is a question for next year's budget. Currently, we are not budgeting anything to replenish it, but we certainly discuss that during our budget work sessions. to do so.
And what is the purpose of that fund that we're taking it from?
Exactly what we're doing.
Give other examples, just not for myself, but also,
The capital acquisition, we use that actual reserve to purchase a couple of lots on Tabby, actually.
Uh-huh.
Not too far from where we're doing this project, just to basically become a green space, so.
I guess my point is if we're going to reduce it, I'm also looking forward to say if there's other projects, we'll discuss that during the next budget cycle.
We need to look to replace this money because it has taken us years to build these reserves to where they are. And we can't just look at that as like free money from the heavens. That's a lot of that stockpile. So if something comes up, we have an opportunity to buy the building next door or something, that's where this would come from if we need to do something quick. So it would break my heart to see us spend all this money and not have plans to replace it during budget season. I'll leave it at that.
We also have some unrestricted reserves, right?
We do, and there's plenty of other pots that we can look at, and there's availability for council to move at any point in time.
Yeah, we can
by
realign.
resolution.
So a lot of times when we save money to reserves, we put it in the big pot of unrestricted reserves instead of into the individual reserves, which gives us the most amount of flexibility.
Correct.
How much do you know offhand how much the unrestricted reserves is?
I was actually just doing a cash analysis of the mayor, based for the budget. Right now, unrestricted funds are about 14 million. However, there are some restrictions on some of that based on like other ordinances, like 30% we can't spend of that, things of that nature. But pared back on, it's at about 9 million.
Even though we're pulling down this one pot, we have still, to Mr. Rich's point, we have saved and put away a
Correct.
significant amount of money, some of which is invested.
Current reserve standing right now is at about 1.8 million in different reserves.
Any other questions?
That's comforting.
Thank you, Lee.
Thank you, Lee.
It's comforting until one storm comes through.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Farley,
Yes.
Dr. Houghton,
Yes.
Mr. Rich,
Yes.
Mr. Fink,
Yes.
Mrs. Grooms.
Yes.
Dr. Holliday,
Yes.
Mayor Bazell,
Yes.
passes.
All right. Resolution 1726 by the Folly Beach City Council approving Amendment 002 to the agreement for professional services for the Folly Beach pedestrian path Indian Avenue project to Davis and Floyd Incorporated in the amount of $106,200 due to additional SCDOT federal grant requirements. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Dr. Holliday,
Yes.
Mr. Grooms.
Yes.
Mr. Fink,
Yes.
Mr. Farley,
Yes.
Dr. Houghton,
Yes.
Mr. Rich,
Yes.
Mayor Bazell,
Yes.
passes.
All right, resolution 1826, authorizing the purchase of a storage shed at Second East for $18,000. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All right, any discussion?
Mr. Rich,
No.
Dr. Houghton,
Yes.
Mr. Farley,
Yes.
Mr. Fink,
Yes.
Mr. Grooms.
Yes.
Dr. Holliday,
Yes.
Mayor Bazell,
Yes.
passes.
All right, resolution 1926, authorizing $4,000 payment to Isla Surf as reimbursement for the costs incurred to enclose a portion of Third West Beach access ramp. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
Any discussion?
Yeah, I make a motion, we postpone this to the end of Isla Surf's beach franchise agreement.
Anybody want to second that motion? Back to the original resolution, any other discussion?
Mr. Grooms,
Yes.
Dr. Houghton,
Yes.
Mr. Farley,
Yes.
Mr. Fink,
Resolution 2026 by the Folly Beach City Council, setting the price and number of passes per entity for the nonprofit parking passes. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Do we have a second?
Second.
All right. Any discussion?
Since it is a nonprofit, I'd like to reduce the $450 to $350.
Do we have a,
Second that.
It's already a reduction from where it would be in today's standards.
I understand that, we went back to 2021, but it is a nonprofit. I think it's a way to support that entity, quite frankly.
do we have any other discussion? Any discussion on the amendment? All right, on the amendment.
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mr. Farley?
No.
Dr. Hutton?
Yes.
Mr. Rich?
No.
Mr. Grooms?
No.
Dr. Holliday?
Yes.
Mayor Giselle?
We are no on that one.
So the amendment fails.
And then back to the original resolution. Any other discussion?
Mr. Rich?
Yes.
Mr. Grooms?
Yes.
Dr. Hutton?
No.
Mr. Farley?
Yes.
Dr. Holliday?
Yes.
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mayor Giselle?
Yes.
Passes.
Resolution 2126 by the Folly Beach City Council approving an amendment on the amount of $29,050 to the contract between the City of Folly Beach and AMT to expand the scope of work for the Arctic Avenue Plan to include the amendment to approve the Safety Action Plan and resubmission of the Safe Streets for All grant application. Do we have a motion to approve?
So moved.
Second.
Any discussion?
Mr. Rich?
Yes.
Dr. Houghton?
Yes.
Mr. Farley?
Yes.
Mr. Fink?
Yes.
Mr. Grooms?
Yes.
Dr. Holliday?
No.
Mayor Giselle?
Yes.
Passes.
All right, council comments. Mr. Rhodes, you want to get us going?
Yes, I do. Since we had we didn't talk about cats or dogs, but I'm gonna talk about pet helpers. Coming, mark it on your calendar, September 12th, all right? We're gonna do a salty snout showdown. It's gonna be a slightly unhinged of dog beauty contest, all right? It'll be chaotic fun, and it'll be all for fundraising for pet helpers. We'll have celebrity MC and judges. Looks like we have the awards that looks most like the owner, the best doggy costume, and the most Folly vibe. It's gonna be at 5 p.m. on the 12th at the Washout. So sponsors and dog entries are welcome, and that's coming soon. So we'll get that out.
Washout Restaurant, not the
Washout Restaurant, yeah. So be on the lookout. And your dogs will be wonderful.
Mr. Fink?
No, summer's here, spring break's come and gone, but it's gonna continue. Please be safe. Thank you for your continued input to the council. I think we all got a lot of letters and a lot of comments, and that keeps us going. Thank you, Heather, for your continued upcoming spring concerts. Some pretty cool things going on the Folly River Park. Please take a look at that and plan to attend. Thank you.
No, sir.
Okay, so, drum roll, because we have boards and commission vacancies. So I am telling you right now, I am here to recruit. And so the deadline is May 1st, and this is your opportunity to get more involved with the city, to maybe potentially sit up here. We all start somewhere, right? So I'm really banging the drum, so I'm gonna tell you, we have the Accommodations Tax Advisory Board, we have the Board of Zoning Appeals, we have the Community Promotions Committee, we have Construction and Fire Board, we have Design and Review Board, we have Park and Recreation, we have Tourism and Visitor Promotion Committee, and Utility Board. All have vacancies. Come one, come all. Right?
Right. Bring it.
You're welcome.
I was just reflecting on all the citizen comments and the feedback we've been getting, but if you look at the active engagement in this community, I wanna remind folks that the surfers are a very important part of this community. They bring environmental stewardship to this community, into this community. They help us remind us why this is a safe haven for the greatest, surfing community on the East Coast. And I want us to think downstream how we can continue to support them, including parking, including options that will at least lessen the load so we can support not just Warrior Surf, but all of the cherished, surfing community here, because this is an important part of why we are here, to support them as well.
Have a nice. Have a nice night.
All right, motion to adjourn?
Thank you for